summer we met, I can tell by your smile, you hadn't been with a good...
Hey everybody. Quick late night message. It's not even that late, but whatever. It's late for me. Quick late night message. I really wanted to come on and share a message about the wisdom that resides in our bodies. We are really hard on our bodies, y'all. And I say we because I've always tried to not be so hard on my body. I've always tried to do things in a healthy way. That's been a theme in my life as long as I can remember. And I know people who aren't as focused on that. And with me focusing so consistently on that, I'm still super hard on my body. So I know that people who don't necessarily focus on that, are even harder on our bodies, and it's like that really puts it into perspective for me how hard we are on our bodies. We expect our body to be this, this brick wall that we could, not even a brick wall, this like bulletproof glass that we could throw anything at and it would just take it. And our bodies are resilient AF. I won't curse because I don't know. I just won't. But our bodies are so resilient that they do stand up like that bulletproof glass and take whatever we throw at them. Our bodies do. They last us for decades of abuse. Because that's really what we do. We abuse our bodies, guys. And I'm going to be super authentic in my messages. I'm not going to hold back or sugarcoat anything. And my messages are never to instill guilt or shame in anyone. If those emotions come up, that's something to address within yourself. And I say that because it's not something to address within yourself like, oh, check, you got guilt. No, that's your body once again talking to you. Okay? The guilt came up because it was there. The guilt didn't come up because I said something offensive. The guilt didn't come up because of my truth that I'm sharing. The guilt came up because it was there and your body is signaling to you there's something here for you to look at. And that doesn't necessarily mean what you need to look at is what I'm saying in this message. That's why I said it's for you to address. The guilt is coming up for your own reasons. And that goes for any emotion that comes up. Any emotion that comes up. It's coming up because your body holds wisdom and insight into what's going on with you. When feelings come up, it's your body talking to you. Our job is to listen to our bodies. And that was a little tangent that I went off on, but it ties into the message because that's another way we treat our bodies as these inanimate objects almost. Because these feelings come up and we try to push them right back down. We be like, shut up. Don't feel like that. That's bad. You're not allowed to feel like that. I don't want to feel like that. I'm going to distract myself. I'm going to go watch TV. I don't want to feel like that. I'm going to eat some food. It doesn't make me feel better. I don't want to feel like that. I'm gonna go have a drink. I don't want to feel like that. I'm gonna go smoke some weed. Now, I do advocate for smoking, but anything can be used as a distraction. Anything. So, if your trigger to go smoke is something doesn't feel right or something doesn't feel good, then you're using it as a distraction. If your trigger to go eat is it'll make you feel better, you're using it as a distraction, and you're only distracting yourself from yourself. Yourself is always going to be there, no matter how long you distract yourself for. And then one day, you're going to it builds up. It doesn't dissipate, it doesn't go anywhere, it just simply builds up. So one day, it'll get to a point where the weight is too much to bear. That manifests in different ways for everybody. It manifested for me because I've reached a few breaking points in my life so far where the weight just became too much to bear, and I basically, when I reach my breaking points, I just drop everything. That's how my spirit is set up. Everybody's set up different, so I don't know what anybody else's breaking point is going to look like. Only you know that. But my spirit is set up in a way to where when it gets to overload mode, it's like, nope, everything's a dub. And that's not pretty. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't look good. Other people usually don't get it. We usually don't get each other's breaking points. When somebody gets to that point, we usually look at them like, how could they? What are they doing? What are they? Oh, gosh. And that's just our own shame speaking. Because God forbid it was us in that position, right? But I've quit jobs. I've quit people. I've quit obligations. I've quit. Fortunately, I've never quit life. And many of us have. So, it's not a pretty thing to talk about, but it's real. It's real. And as much as we want to put the onus on the outside world, the onus will always be with ourselves, because after we learn all of these things from the outside world, the outside world is not going to suddenly turn around and teach us to love ourselves. If we're constantly going to put the onus on the outside world, we're constantly going to suffer. There are entities in the outside world that don't have our best interest at heart. Who always has our best interest at heart? Ourselves. Where will we succeed? By putting the onus on ourselves. By taking responsibility for ourselves. For taking up the mantle for ourselves. There is nothing easy out here. If it's easy, it's a trick. The only things that are easy are things that we've practiced. So maybe I shouldn't say if it's easy, it's a trick. Because when you've practiced at something to the point that it becomes easy for you, that's not a trick. That's practice makes perfect. So self-love does become easy with practice. Just like these bad habits are easy because we've been practicing them all our lives. We've been practicing running away from ourselves all our lives because that's what the outside world taught us. So that did become easy, sadly. I used to wonder that. Why is it so easy to have these horrible habits, but it's so hard to do what's good for me? There's the answer. We learned these things and they became easy. We don't think about that when we're 20. How much we've learned in 20 years. Everybody's all telling us we don't know anything. We're young. We know everything that we've learned for 20 years. And that goes the same for 10. And that goes the same for 5. If somebody tells you, oh yeah, you can have this piece of cake in 5 years, suddenly 5 years isn't so short as opposed to when you're looking at a 5-year-old. That 5-year-old has learned a lot. There's so much to be said on this topic. And I really came on to leave a quick message. But I'll leave it with this. Listen to your body and give it what it needs. When you are tired, give your body a break. It's not a metal mechanical robot that can just endure everything. It shouldn't. Because if you were to realize what was really happening, you'd stop. You'd stop doing that. The reason why we can keep doing these things is because it's never brought to our awareness because we're not allowing ourselves to be aware. We didn't learn awareness. We learned avoidance. We learned to placate. We learned to pacify. We didn't learn to face, to be aware. Many of us. I can't speak for everybody. When your body is calling out to you, just listen and see what it could be saying. The only person that's going to know is you. But I know that when we're first starting to listen, the answer is not clear. It's not obvious. So don't put pressure on yourself to know with something you've never known before, something you've never tried to know. Don't put that pressure on yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to try. Try it a different way. Try it a different way. Start building new habits. Take it one step at a time. And once you start, the progress will be staggering. You will be amazed. You will be amazed at how things turn around. One day at a time. One day at a time, I'm telling you. You'll turn around and be like, wow, I feel like a different person because I took that one step. One foot in front of the other. And when you forget, all right, you forgot. How do you know you forgot? Because you remembered. That's the important part. Once you remember, it doesn't matter that you forgot that time because you remember now. So you can do it right now. Then if you forget again, that's fine. You're going to forget things. You're going to remember again. And when you remember again, that's what you focus on. Oh, I remembered. Let me do this. Oh yeah, I remembered. Let me do this. That's how you build habits. It's how you build new habits. There's no pressure. There's no stress. There's no guilt. There's no anxiety. Take it one step at a time. Take it one day at a time. Take it 1 second at a time. Don't focus on a day. 1 second. Take it 1 second at a time. 1 second that you remember is 1 second towards your success. And they add up. Don't these seconds add up? Yeah. So thank you for listening as usual. If you want to hear more messages, because I'm here giving them, like and subscribe to the channel. If this message resonated, if you have any opinions, comments, leave them down below. I'm speaking, so you speak too. It's a conversation. But thank you for your energy. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your blessings. Thank you for whatever you're sending, because it's the human experience. All right? Get some rest. Enjoy your day. Who knows where you are, when you are, whatever is going on. Just enjoy it. Be blessed. Peace.